Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we're going to do a comparison of two new foundations that I picked up. One is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation, and the other is the Stay Naked from Urban Decay. The Urban Decay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation is a buildable to medium coverage foundation that is billed as having a 24-hour staying power. It claims to have a realistic skin finish and comes in 50 shades with an impressive 9-shade intensity, 3 master tones, and 7 undertones, so you can perfectly match your skin tone, all the while minimizing the look of your pores. I agree with everything but the 24-hour, and you'll see why in just a moment. This foundation is vegan as well as cruelty-free and provides 30 ml or 1 ounce for $39. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation is also a liquid foundation and creates a luminous, natural, radiant finish. It's medium coverage but feels lightweight. Like the Urban Decay, it comes in 50 shades in 5 categories and 3 undertones. I agree with all the claims, especially the one about it being water resistant, or rather sweat resistant, which is the same as water, eh? I thought the pump was broke until I understood that it was like the Laura Mercier and dispensed the amount of product that they feel you should use. Suitable for all skin types, it is also vegan and cruelty-free and contains 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of foundation for $38. Interesting that I'm even giving either one of these a shot because I didn't like their predecessors. This one here, you guys actually asked me if I would take a look at, so that's why this is here. I did get a sample of this first, so I knew a little bit going in on this, but I tend to not trust samples that I get as the final word. They give me an entry level, but you know, you go to a store and you watch the clerk, and you will see some of them just pick the bottles up right off the counter and just start squirting it into a container. They don't even shake it up. So if that person didn't shake it up, did the person before? To me, the ratios could always be off. This particular foundation, I know for a fact, I got a good sample because it was brand new in Sephora and no one had touched it yet. These foundations have been put under some pretty strange conditions. I'm going to share that with you, but it's really out of the norm for testing a foundation, and I really couldn't help it. Many of you know that we've had an accident around here with a slow leaking water heater. We have laminate floors, not carpet, so it took a little bit for us to notice that, well, the floors in the living room, the walls in the closets were growing black mold in the living room. And so it's been awful. And we've been wearing these respirators around the house, when not in here because this room is sealed off. My bedroom is sealed off. I've been wearing these whenever I go out to help my husband, whenever I just go into the other parts of the house. We've been wearing our respirators, and this right here was, of course, pulling the makeup off. The first day that I wore these foundations, I did the same exact thing that I did today, and that is put one on one side, one on the other. You can't tell that I have on 2 different foundations, I'm betting. But if you look really closely, you might notice a little bit more luminosity to this side of my face. And that's because today I am wearing this over here and this over here. The first time I did it, it was exactly the opposite. I want to see how these foundations are going to do over the top of this age spot that I have here. So to be fair, neither one of them have enough coverage to completely conceal that. And I'm not going to hold it against either one because I've yet to meet a foundation that could. Full coverage or not, I always have to put a concealer on. But I wanted to check them anyway. The very first day that I tried these was not a construction day. We didn't even know there was anything happening. So on that day, this. Anastasia Beverly Hills was over here and the Stay Naked was over here. And I felt like that was a really bad foundation day for both foundations. And that's typical with me in a foundation. The very first time I try it, it's almost always the case. I don't like it the first day. It all falls under discovery for me. You know, is it better with a sponge? Is it better with a brush? And the first day with both of them on, I wore no primer. I just wanted to see what would the foundation do on its own without a primer. The next time that I wore them, I used just this one, and that began the day of construction and needing to wear the masks. And I thought, well, this is going to be great, trying to do these underneath these conditions. But I thought, you know what? We won't hold it against it if it couldn't hold up under the respirator and pulling it on and off my face all day. But if it could, wow, right? Both foundations have a pump, and yeah, this one here is real fluid. Can you hear that? This one here you want to shake up too, but you're not going to hear that. All right, let me show you a visual. We'll show you what I want. Do you see that running down here? That kind of pretty much can tell you everything you want to know about the consistency of it. The Urban Decay is very fluidy. Takes 2 coats to equal 1 coat of the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a lightweight foundation that I think can be built maybe to medium. The Anastasia Beverly Hills is billed as a medium foundation, and I would agree with that. In case you are wondering, my shade on the Anastasia Beverly Hills is 220 in, and on the Urban Decay, which you can already see is getting nasty on the cap and stuff already, is 30 CP. I feel like 30 CP is an exact match for my skin tone. This one here is just a little bit off. It blends out and looks the same though. I don't think color-wise you can tell I have on 2 different foundations. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked side. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Both these companies I think did a very good job with their shade range. There are 50 shades to both. I've worn both of them with and without powder. Today is setting spray and a very light dusting of powder, and you can still see that the Anastasia Beverly Hills side is still luminous. I do love the finish of both of these foundations. I can't really decide. I mean, I like luminosity, but this matte is a very lightweight matte. It feels like your skin. You don't feel like you have makeup on with either one of these, but this one here, I'm just a little more impressed with how skin-like it feels. However, there is alcohol in this one. There isn't in this one. I'm not so concerned about alcohol in my foundations as long as it's one like this Lancome one where there are ingredients in it that also are a barrier for the alcohol in your skin. But yeah, you're always going to kind of prefer one that doesn't have it in there, especially if you have dry skin. Because of how lightweight and fluid this foundation is, I feel like I could actually go through this one pretty quickly. I feel like I have used quite a bit of it already. So almost $40 for something I'm going to use up really quick. On the Urban Decay side, you guys know I have wrinkles in my forehead up here. Before I could get to the point where I would set my makeup, the Urban Decay had already gotten into the wrinkles. Like I can spread the wrinkle apart and see the foundation in there. I have to tap it out like you would under your eyes for concealer. I haven't done what we call a normal wear test and check-ins because of the construction that's going on in the house. But I will tell you this. They look the same on the cotton round. When I take them off at the end of the night, there's the same amount of makeup on both sides. And in the mirror, the makeup still looks good at the 8-hour mark anyway. Under the respirator, on the day that I wore this, the Naked foundation, it was sweating off on here, and I would have to wipe this off. I was wearing the makeup off of my face with the respirator. You know, so that's cruel and unusual punishment to the foundation. But I have to point this out because the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation never came off on the respirator. I mean, I'm sweating, right? It's on here, and I'm like, guys, I have like a bruise here from wearing this. You know, I wouldn't expect any foundation to hold up underneath a respirator, but, you know, since the Anastasia Beverly Hills did, I just have to point that out. We shouldn't even count that test. I just thought it was an interesting observation. Both foundations I felt like wore off evenly. I mean, in other words, as the hours went by, yes, I may have lost some of the foundation, but it did it in a uniform way. I would like to spend a couple of minutes on the packaging. And I know you're probably thinking, what difference does the packaging make? Well, when you get up in this price range, which is $38 and $39, so we'll just call them both $40 foundations. When you get up into the $40 range, packaging matters to me. I think that they had a cool idea, but I don't think it executed very well. This is plastic. This lid, it gets fingerprints on it, smears on it. Actually, I've cleaned this up. It had makeup all over it. It always does. I don't know why, but it's always got fingerprints and makeup smears and everything on it. It's got this indentation cut out here that I think if it was glass would have been pretty cool. Now, having said that, this would be really great to travel. Just throw it in your bag, but it's very lightweight. Maybe Urban Decay couldn't make this bottle like this in glass. I don't think that's the case. This is what I would expect a drugstore foundation to do. They got a great product on the inside, but they skimp on the packaging, and this is exactly what this feels like. This feels like cheap drugstore packaging. The packaging on the Anastasia Beverly Hills one is what I come to expect, except for this number, which I did look up and wonder why. Okay. I know, it's foundation. I was like, ooh, this is so sleek. Why is this so bougie, right? I'd be like, what? What I found out was Norvina had said this was put here for, makeup artists so that they could readily identify this was the foundation in their kit. But here's my question to you professional makeup artists. Do many of your products that aren't foundation come in bottles this tall and stuff, and you're confused like this was really a blush or a lipstick or powder or mascara? I mean, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, and it could possibly be that, but wouldn't you know this is already foundation just by the bottle, the shape, and the color? I don't know. Just me? I don't like this. I don't like that on there. I'm like, just set it down like that so nobody can see that part. It bothers me. I don't know why. I don't think I need my makeup labeled, but I guess many people do need their makeup labeled. I guess I'm in the minority here, because why would they pull a stunt like that unless it was the new bougie? But I don't care for it. I'm giving a thumbs up to Anastasia Beverly Hills if you like luminous foundations. This one, I give a 1 o'clock. I love the way this looks, but this wouldn't be my everyday foundation. All right, that wraps up my review, and I apologize if I'm a little off my game and a little scattered because, well, I am a little scattered. In addition to telling you again that you are the best part of the Fritzy family, I just want to give a big, massive hug to my prayer warriors out there. You guys, I can't tell you how much it has meant to me. I mean, it just brings tears to my eyes, and Shy Guy is just overwhelmed with the thought of how many people have been telling us they're praying for us. Thank you so much. That feels so awesome inside to know that there's that many people interceding for you. I can't thank you enough. So, yes, you are the best part of the Fritzy family. And if you're not having a blessed day, please go out and be a blessing to somebody else. Until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
This one I was asked by you guys to look over and recommend, so I'm doing that. I'm looking it over. Let's look it over up and down. Recommending. Now the sample that I got of this, I am pretty darn rootin' tootin'. I'm a rootin' tootin' foundation slinging girl. Itch. Oh man, what's on my scalp? It itches. It's hard telling. These foundations have been put under a dress. Not a dress. They have their own address, or I was dressing them. They were put under a dress. No. Duress. These foundations were tried under duress. Yeah, somebody was standing there making me do it for sure. No. So how did they do under the respirator, which is not a test? Let's make that a test. 1, 2. Now we're going to do the respirator test. Whoa, did you see how squirty that is? Is that a good foundation word, squirty? It's very squirty foundation. I'm giving a thumbs up if you like luminous foundations. Foundation. Did it have to be plastic? Maybe they couldn't get mold. I've got mold on the brain. At the end of the night, I still have foundation on, and I don't thought it looked bad.